Pretty good. But what's up, y'all? And oh no, that's not it. I was finna do my other intro. What's up, y'all? And welcome to Respect the Call. I'm your host Nico, and I'm with Keas. Coach Keas.
It's a new name now.
Official
Combo Guy.
I
wasn't Combo Guy.
No, he wasn't. That was like 2 years ago. You always got to mention it somehow, because it'd just be weird not to. So we're here. We're here.
We're not gonna talk about a hiatus or anything like that.
No, we ain't gonna talk about it. All right.
We know what's going on. But behind camera.
Behind camera.
We know what's going on.
And that's all we did. Stay behind the camera because we sure they come in front of it. So
I'll give you that one.
That actually makes it seem more like a controversial thing. Like we had issues.
Yeah, we actually had a fallout. Nick wasn't paying me enough, so I left. And I was
like I'm the moneymaker all of a sudden.
Right. Nick was holding the bag from me. He's like, "Yo, I'm not paying you. You're not showing up. You're not doing your job. You're done."
So this is one of those shows that I think it's a great place to put a little sports talk, radio.
Yeah, I think last time we did it was COVID. So it was wow.
Yeah. It was definitely early
COVID.
Early 2020.
Yikes.
And I would honestly say it's been a year since.
It's been a year.
It's probably been a couple months since then, because I feel like we probably tried like in March, April.
Oh, we did.
It was like a weird time there.
We did.
Yeah. I think it was March.
It was March because we talked about
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
But
how you been, man?
I've been good. Don't hit my mics.
Ben, how you been?
I've been good. Just doing other things.
It's funny that I ask how you been, even though
we stay in contact.
I'll be staying in contact, just not on camera. But yeah. So what's some new projects you got coming up? What's new?
Oh, top of the show. I'm just supposed to be talking about other things.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. All right. JCMN Network. Yeah. If you don't know, now you know. It's on the microphone. Well, eventually this will be a Respect the Call one. I can do one of those as well. Yeah. But no, we just
I didn't think about that.
Doing first timers reviews. If you're into like nostalgic basic stuff, watching old shows, watching old cartoons, there you go. We got that kind of stuff there.
Did you do one on Invincible?
No, that's not old enough to do. I've been doing a lot of old shows.
Oh, okay.
And maybe old things and maybe eating stuff for the first time. But I haven't really did like a new thing yet. But I'm still trying to get the format right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah, but Invincible is a good show. I would definitely love to do that in some capacity.
Man.
So, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But this ain't that kind of show.
Yeah.
You can check out my podcast. We kind of get these kind of conversations going, but we'll see. I might have Keas one day on that. It'd be easy since we already got the setup ready.
That's what I'm saying.
So, about you, Combo Guy, the new Combo God.
It's the same thing. Training, working, all of that good stuff. And I'm just gonna hop right into the training part.
Oh, okay.
Because this has been on my chest.
Okay.
All right. For most people that know who I am before Instagram, bless you.
Thank you.
I was a basketball player first before any of this. So I didn't want it to be like, because I've had people come, and say, hey, is he a trainer just because he has clout?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I don't look at it like that because the people in my field that I personally know are so much further than me in numbers. Like, 30K compared to their 200,000, 400,000, 78,000, and they're like 100,000. I never looked at myself as clout. Yeah. Now I know I have a support base, but whatever. I didn't train because of that. I trained because I was a player. I was too short, and I just said, hey, I got a lot of knowledge. I want to give it back to the next generation, to the next group of players. But then that turns into competition.
Right.
Because I'm really good at what I do as a basketball player, ball handler, and people want to take away from it because the social media. So now they're like, he's only getting clientele because who he is on social media rather than the product and service.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that do? It upsets me.
Right.
When it gets back to me, and I try to like not think about it, but you got a lot, and it's coming from guys that are not credible. So it really makes me upset because who are y'all? And people would say, well, why are you even worried about it? Because it's close. I don't want to drop names like Drake and them be doing. But it's like people that's close that see me start from the beginning, and it's like, why are you saying things like that? Because and before it was congrats, bro, keep going, keep grinding. But then it's like you telling me to keep grinding to get to this point. Now I'm at this point, and it's like, he's not a real trainer. What are y'all working on? So I got a bad stigma with that, and for me to talk to some of the NBA trainers that I work with now and coaches, it's like was that an ad?
No.
Let me collect myself. That was funny. That was funny. We needed that. That was funny. That's what make the show though.
Was it an ad?
Oh, that was funny.
Mid-ad break.
Right.
Too early for the ads.
Right. But working with them, it was like I just got a chance to learn a lot and just see how their minds work, because I was like, man, the more I go higher with this, is it gonna be, am I gonna have to keep dealing with this? And they was like, yeah, it's for everything. And they were telling me there's no master trainer. So don't overly stress yourself to be like this trainer that can help with the shot, be perfect with ball handling, footwork. He's like, no, just keep doing what you're doing. You see the progress. You're here for a reason. You're in this gym working with us for a reason.
Right.
And it just made it took a lot off my shoulders. But it's like, now I want to take that knowledge that they get, giving me to the next young up and coming trainers, because they thinking, oh, I got to take you out the game to get where you at. And it's like, nah, I didn't do that.
Right.
They didn't do that. So now I need to teach. Like, it's a clout thing right now, and it's bad because they're destroying our industry.
Yeah.
So I had to get that off. Like, there's no master trainer. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I do what I do. I've been training before, social media. I've been this guy. You can't guard me. Like, that's just what it is. Like, a lot of these trainers, like, and I give respect when it's due, but if you're having tough times guarding me, like, that is for a reason.
Right.
Like, I really do this.
Yeah. And I think in some weird area, especially in basketball, it's naturally competitive. So you kind of expect that behavior anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets out of hand. Like, remember one time we was on a shoot and the kids were like, I bet you don't work in the game. Like, they always talk about your dribbles don't work in the game.
Yeah.
And then we showed them it works in the game.
Yeah. And I deal with that to this day. That type of stuff I can take because I know I do some outrageous things on Instagram. Like, excuse me. A lot of the moves I do, yeah, of course, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, that's where the whole name change and name came from. Combo. I put a lot of combinations together, and I feel like I'm one of the best to do it. That was simply it. It wasn't to say I'm the best or this is going to work in the game. No. But I'm combo guy.
I think at the end of it, they should look at it as what you're doing. So even if you do your little signature dribble under the ball,
right.
like you're not in the and-one game. Right. It's not gonna happen, but you know how to get past any defender.
Exactly.
So
any defense.
So it's like, and you also have videos that show I'm in games and I do these things. No, I'm not doing the ones that you see on Instagram, but who wants to keep seeing a basic crossover?
That's why I said it's entertainment. And
right.
I think a lot of people took what I did entertaining to my training, and that's why I made a separate page, because I had some kids from New Manchester telling my sister, hey, I want to work with your brother, but I don't want to be doing all those ball hands. I'm like, well, go follow my coach Keas page, and you'll see the WNBA player. You'll see some ex-NBA guys,
right.
some top tier like, they're not trusting me with their money.
Yeah,
it's not even, they get paid. They're not going to trust me with that if I'm not really servicing what they want.
Definitely. And I feel like that's like, just not a sponsor, but like Masterclass does one with Curry, right? Curry's not going to be teaching you how to shoot the half court line.
Exactly.
No, but he's gonna teach you how to shoot. You're not gonna go, oh, I want to train with Curry, but I don't want to be trying to learn how to shoot from the half court line.
Right, and you take
Who
what you
that?
you take what you learn and you develop it in your way.
Yeah.
So you'll never be able to dribble like me. You might dribble better. I doubt it, but you might be able to dribble really good, and then you put it your way. So that's what that is.
Definitely. But that is strange to me for people to. I think that's when you say people are trying to find something to hate on.
Yeah,
and I think those people are just projecting their own insecurities. The ones that are seriously doing it. Now, granted, I know there's people out there that's just joking. Like I said with those kids, I think they were just kind of just being in, the competitive nature.
Yeah,
of
that's more joking. I get that.
Yeah,
but like it's getting.
But I definitely know in most cases when people feel that way, like you said, it's in your close circle. Yeah, and that's what's more annoying. It's like I can ignore the person that's
the person I don't care about that's commenting, but somebody that's in my somewhat circle that I know and I put a smile on, and then when I hear that, it's like, nah, I'm good, man. Like, I'm okay. I see how you're really moving. I don't
exactly. And then one of the good things about getting more and more successful is you get to see who really is with you. Yeah, not like just with you for the fame. Like but actually,
what you like supporting you and really just give it. They ain't gonna lie. Right. They're not gonna sugarcoat. They're not gonna backdoor you on no. I just
and that's a gray area either way. Yeah. So you got some people that's trying to keep you down, and there's some people that's just trying to be real with you, and that feels like the same depending on your mindset right now. Right. You know. So those people could be saying the truth, but yet you're
you're so because you dealt with it on another term. So now it's like I don't know if you're coming from that angle or you coming from that. But that goes back to the rapport you have, I guess, with somebody, that longevity. Definitely. And my thing is, like I said, they ain't gonna sugarcoat. So if it's something I'm doing wrong, tell me in my face. Don't tell me to fake tell me. Like tell me genuinely. Don't go behind my back saying certain things, and then when they get back, tell me, oh no, I didn't mean it like that, and it's like, nah, I'm good.
Good. All that is very, very strange to me that people are, and I guess that comes with the space, which is sad to say, but I guess it keeps you going though.
Yeah, it does. It does. It improves my work. So every time I heard that, I was already a basketball head. Like I said, I was a player for so long in high school. Before that, like. I'm on YouTube studying, so it helped with my training now. And then even hearing that, it's like I just want to keep getting better, perfecting. Like I said, I'm not gonna name drop, but some of them NBA coaches, they told me out their mouth that they steal some of my stuff, and I'm not gonna lie. When they said that, bro, I didn't almost cry, but it gave me a sense of like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Right. And it helped me deal with any negativity on that field, because then when you hear it from some people and then some other guys saying like, well, I think he's just training for the camera, he's training for the clout, he's training, just to have clout. And it's like, well, what is clout, man? What is that? So I started battling with that, but just to hear from the people that's upper to tell me that, it kind of like solidified what I'm doing.
Yeah, at least they knowing that what you're doing is right and good and whatever other adjectives, and they're validated. Yeah, basically. For sure. But it is kind of sucky to be like, I'm gonna take your stuff but not really work with you. Right. Kind of weird to me.
Right. But and that's the beauty in it. That's why I'm excited about being back, in Atlanta and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff we about to work on. So. But speaking of Atlanta,
look at you in the transitions.
How's your Hawks, man?
My Hawks. What,
I thought you was. You was never. I could have swore. Oh, it was the Falcons.
Never.
Whoa.
Not even a football fan.
Whoa. This is new.
What you mean?
Maybe I was reading it wrong.
No.
I just always felt like people that are from Atlanta love Atlanta. I'm not from Atlanta, so I never. My dad put that in our head. I don't know why.
For the most part, ever since I got introduced to basketball, it was Carmelo Anthony. Wherever he went, I was a fan of. Snap. I was a fan of the Nuggets.
So you never liked the Hawks? Really?
Not really, no.
Wow. Even with Joe Johnson.
I did like that team. Josh Smith, Mike Bibby, all of them, they were cool. I like that team. But if you are from Atlanta, you know of a curse that it feels like every time you get involved and there's this light at the end of the tunnel,
right,
something happens and we get stuck. Falcons in the Super Bowl, even like this Hawks thing. I'm just saying, like, if the Hawks get to the finals, go against Chris Paul and the Suns and Devin Booker and all of them, they might get swept. Just saying.
Oh, for sure.
But it almost feels like, yes, that's kind of what you expected, but also, dang, that sucks that we couldn't get a dub.
And I said the same thing because I'm like, the Hawks, you know, even where they are now, it's like it's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
But they make it to the finals.
Right.
We know they're not going to really beat the Suns. And it's like, you look at it from different perspectives, like, oh, yeah, we made it to the finals. That's good. But then it's like, you made it to the championship once again, Atlanta, and you could not finish. And that's another perspective. But, I mean, I think more people are going to take the perspective of, at least we made it. I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. And that is a good, what's the word? Base? Maybe not base. It's good to see that they can get there.
All right.
But is that because of what happened this year? Is it really? Are they really equipped? Like Toronto, was they really equipped to be in the finals back to back? We didn't even expect them to be in the finals in the first place, but they went and they won. Literally off of one shot. Kawhi didn't make that last shot.
It would be Philly.
Yeah, and you know what if they would have won? Whatever, but we could play a what if game. But they won. They did their thing, and they went against Golden State. So it's not like they went against a sorry team.
Yeah, but then Clay got hurt.
Again, injuries.
Yeah.
So maybe those teams kind of work. And the East is a toss-up.
Right.
So, whatever. But, I mean, I just want to put it on film and say that just because I'm from Atlanta don't mean
I'm an Atlanta Hawks fan.
But I'm always going to support Atlanta. Like, I always want them to win.
Okay.
But I'm not going to be fake and be like, I've always been an Atlanta fan.
Right,
I always been. It's like, no, I love basketball. So, I mean, if I had to pick a team, it was always the Bulls. Like, I always been just a fan of Chicago.
Well, I mean, that's what's up.
And then on the West, I like the Timberwolves. So it's just kind of like I like to see those teams develop if I had to pick a team. But I'm not fans of it.
Right.
And I think it's just because I'm used to being in those arguments of like, what's your team doing? I'm like, my team? I don't got no stakes in this team. Right. So after a while, it kind of made me feel like, I'm just a fan of the game. But I'll talk about it when whoever's like a Boston fan, whoever's a Lakers fan, y'all always want to throw out how many rings y'all got. I'm like, okay, but your team sucks this year.
Yeah,
that's my point. I'm still talking about what y'all think y'all gonna do now. Y'all think y'all gonna keep Jason Tatum? Y'all think y'all gonna keep Jaylen Brown? Like, are you going to do that? Who y'all gonna pay more? Somebody's gonna have to go, and who's gonna go? Is somebody gonna take a pay cut? These are the questions I want to ask because I like that part of basketball. I don't really care about this goggles of fandom that you can't see past of, your team's not doing well. Like even like Atlanta fans where they get stuck on, well, we got this or we got that. Like they got Clint Capella. Like some people will go, well, we got Clint Capella. He was doing great. Da da da. I was like, yeah, you still need to da da da.
Yeah, because he's not enough.
Right. John Collins kind of just stepped up. He did his thing, and how long is that going to last though?
How long is that going? And that's the thing. Like people, if you really watch basketball, they'll make it to the finals 1 year, and then they'll never make it again.
No,
because every other team is building. You got trades that's going on, coaching staffs, players, not re-signing. So
and as of 2021, it's easy to say Luka Doncic and Trae Young is the future of the NBA.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I mean, also in Giannis, I'm not.
And you still got like LaMelo. Those guys,
you still got those guys there.
Ja.
But you also have people like a Derrick Rose who seem like they were going to be the front runner of the NBA. And he's still good players. Just not the title of it. And you wouldn't even have thought, maybe some people would say that they always knew Trae Young was going to be whatever. And it just be the two players that literally got traded for each other. Yeah. And it was like, how did that so happen to work out? But there's a lot of things that you could say, and it's always you can speak from hindsight because now we can speak in 10 years later. You'd be like, oh yeah, we always knew. Like who would have thought Curry would be the head guy.
I said that from day one. A lot of people didn't even wasn't fans of Curry, and I'm like,
no, like
I wasn't.
I would pass by a couple games and see him shooting some threes and shoot, but like it wasn't emphasized. And now he got rings under his belt. Now you can say. He solidified his career. Right. I mean, as far as like if he doesn't win again, you could always still say he's the greatest shooter of all time.
For sure.
Trae Young still is his third year in the league. Second year.
I think it's his third.
Okay, so it's third year in the league. So he's just kind of like he's still got time to develop. So is Giannis. He's only like me and him the same age.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Giannis is like 25, 24, 20,
wow.
something like that. I think I'm just a year older than him. That's weird to say that he has a future. And I feel like I'm at the end of my, like I'm getting towards the end of my stuff. But yeah.
I mean, he played basketball though.
Yeah, and that's basketball time.
Yeah, basketball time.
And lifetime is, just a little different.
Right.
But just saying that, I think that it's easy to say things like that later on. But I just think the Hawks is going, I think they're going to pull it out. Me, as a fan, from like, last decade. I want to see Chris Paul. I want to see Chris Paul win one.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
I don't want to see the Hawks win one right now.
It's a Chris Paul year for me.
But I don't see the Hawks ever getting back there again. I don't see it. Not saying that it won't happen. I'm just saying I don't see it.
I don't see it. and that's why I said I want them to take a full advantage of this as much as possible.
Right. Like, every time playoffs comes up, I'm always saying look out for the Celtics. Mm-hmm. And look out for... Well, now it's Brooklyn, but that's not who I always thought.
And Brooklyn honestly would have been where the Bucks is at. I feel like Kyrie getting hurt, James Harden playing with one leg.
Right. I mean, besides all the injuries, I'm kind of glad that it happened this way because it's been the most interesting playoffs. I thought it was going to be a dead playoffs. Yeah. Like, it's just going to be Brooklyn. They're going to sweep.
Yeah, it's going to be Brooklyn and Lakers. That's what everybody was saying.
Exactly. And that's nice that we didn't get that. I mean, granted, sad to see the injuries happen, but it's just nice to
I'm excited to
see that it could be anybody win. It's going to be everybody's first time for the most part.
Right.
So, I mean, my bets is just the Suns are going to win it all, hopefully, because I need to see Chris win one. Chris deserves one.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, and I don't even get this ain't diminishing his way. It ain't gonna be like, well, if the Lakers are healthy, well, I ain't want people to talk like that.
Right.
Like, but he won one.
He won.
Lakers won in the bubble. They won though.
They won.
Because if they would have lost, they should have said, well, they had a chance. I don't know why. They this great team.
Exactly.
When we talk about this 20, 30 years later, Anthony Davis still got his ring.
Exactly.
LeBron still got another ring from three different organizations. So
I think he's the only player to do that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I mean, if they were like in the background, like I think Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
or something like
not the role players.
Yeah.
Role players probably got 10 rings we don't know about.
Right. I think not Shaq. Shaq. Yeah.
Robert Horry.
Yeah.
Robert Horry got like 7 rings.
Yeah.
But I would never say he's better than Mike. Ever.
No. I mean, like, well, Steve Kerr probably got like 6 or 7, not including the ones he got with Golden State.
Yeah.
So, he's a legend. But I don't know. It's just weird to think about it like that. But not a star player winning one for different organizations.
Yeah.
So I guess either way, you probably still give them more credit because they're the star player. Because I mean, Mario Chalmers could have been the star player for a team, but I guess you wouldn't give him credit for winning in different places. Yeah. So whatever, you get the point.
You think the Hawks gonna win tonight? They play tonight, right? Hawks and Bucks.
So that's why I pulled up this whole thing.
It's Game 6.
Yeah,
I'm mad they let Game 3 get away, but I'm hoping they win. At least give it a fight. Go to Game 7. You might lose Game 7. I don't know if Giannis is gonna play. I don't know if Trae. If Trae plays and Giannis doesn't, the Hawks win the series.
Trae's injury is
first of
bad
all,
though, right?
I didn't do research on it. But I'm gonna be real. It said a bruised bone or something like that. I'm kind of upset that he even set out this long. Like I feel like a Kobe. I don't want to compare him to Kobe or anything like that, but I feel like an injury like that, you wrap it up and you play.
Well,
like this
Trae?
is one, yeah.
Trae's your future though, man.
That is, but I don't think we're gonna be here. Like if I'm an organization, like the owner, I don't think we're gonna be here.
It is a risk. It is a risk. I feel like that's my word for the day. Right. It's a risk.
It's a risk. It is, and it's like risk management, like risk reward. Like you play Trae, you get this win.
Mm-hmm.
You do something for the city because now you get players to say. I mean, I think some free agents gonna say, you know what, I wouldn't mind playing with Trae in the offseason. Like I signed with Atlanta.
Like it's weird, and I guess maybe. You just made me think about that, but maybe Atlanta is a better, more appealing destination than like a Portland.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of Trae in this position of like a Damian.
Oh, yeah. That's
where
right.
he's a good point guard, he's a great point guard, and yet, you know, are you willing to go to this place to play there?
Right. And
so,
Atlanta, I feel like Atlanta's a good city. You know, overall. I don't see.
And I know, and if you're a party person, probably stay away. Because it seems like all our party people they get in trouble in Atlanta.
Yeah, I was about to say the parties down here just it go left.
Yeah,
it go left.
They get a little too crazy and want to go to the clubs and stuff like that. But I don't know, and I don't even know who would even come here.
I got to see who's in the free agent list.
Yeah, I think
I didn't do that homework.
Yeah,
but that's too. You know, it's still some time before that, so I didn't really think about it.
So yeah, he has a bone bruise in foot. That's what this title says. With bone bruise in foot.
See, and I watched how it happened, and it looked like, you know, he stepped on the left foot, and it like his ankle twisted or whatever. And I'm like,
because the thing is,
it's tough.
Depending on how his injury is affecting him, it's about as worthless as him being in. If it really, because like James Harden, when he was in the game, he was like he made like 8 points or something like that.
Because he didn't do anything. Like he came in the game and it was like
it was almost like you shouldn't even be there.
You shouldn't even play. You wasted sweat.
It's 4 against 5.
Yeah,
and they didn't need that. Yeah, he was kind of a distraction, but no, they knew he couldn't do too much.
He couldn't do too much.
All I gotta do is stand right here. You're gonna pass it. You can't do any moves right now.
Exactly.
So. Yeah, that might be the biggest issue, but I mean it is 3-2, so Bucks can win this and go to the next round.
Right.
I mean, I would say if it is Game 7,
the Hawks prove they can beat. You know,
if it's Game 7, Trae should come in, but I don't know.
Come in, yeah, I see what you're saying. So tonight, don't play Trae.
Yeah, I would say don't play him because what was the last game? It was
in Bucks.
Oh yeah, it was 112 to 123.
Yeah, and it was close.
Yeah,
but it was a lot of turnovers, and then they started. You know how that go.
Right.
But a lot of them turnovers is like not gonna happen if Trae's in the game. I like Lou Will, but he had a lot of forced turnovers, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like with Trae in the game, it gives him that balance where he doesn't have so much control. Lou Will can just do his job. He can come in and give you that 13 to 17, 20, he could just go off. But that's his main focus. He running the show or him running the show is like, it's a lot.
Yeah, because in that game, Bogdan had 28 points. And then after that, it was John Collins with 19. And I never could say his name right. Okagwu.
I don't even know who that is. That's the center. The center, number 17.
And wait, that's not even him. My bad. Gallinari had 19.
Oh, Gallinari. All right.
So, and then Lou had 17. So, I mean, they could get the points. Oh, Kevin over here shooting 25%. John was shooting 43%, and Clint was shooting 66. But, I mean, you in the paint, so. Yeah. But he only get like 6 points.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
8 rebounds. I mean, he was doing whatever he could. That's the issue. It's just, that's why it always comes down to who's your star player.
Yeah.
Even though a team can play teamwork, but when games like this happen, you go, it would have been nice if you had a star player.
You had a star player. And I feel like the Hawks going to have to do a lot of work in the center position.
Yeah. But I even think that you don't want to get somebody that's too big because it may change up y'all scheme.
Yeah.
And maybe y'all scheme is working.
Right.
And I think that's what messed up with that's always with Melo. They change up the scheme. It's like, actually, I don't think a Melo on a Knicks team was going to work out anyway.
No.
But, because I don't know what that scheme was. But the Nuggets, I mean not the Nuggets, but when he went to OKC, they changed the scheme up where it's like we're trying to work it to you, but then you got PG and Westbrook
just doing their own thing.
And they're kind of just those ISO players. So you got Melo over here at the 3, Westbrook over here at the 3, and there's no one really cutting, there's no one really moving. Now you got Melo maybe posting up, but now he's in the way. It just seemed like it didn't make sense, and it felt like you was playing 2K. And
you just put all the stars on your team and like, watch out, let me do my turn. Let
me go.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
And granted, it could have, because I even thought that the Clippers would be kind of weird. And they are weird to me.
Clippers is really weird.
Yeah, they are very weird. But I can see how they can work, because Kawhi and PG don't really conflict with each other that much. But yet they do need to rely a lot on each other to work with each other, and also their team.
Right.
So we got to get to a point where they're not an issue. Yeah. You know, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
no, I know what you mean.
It's something there. There is something there, and
So I see what you're saying. It's something to build on, so don't force Trae to be playing in these games, and then now you don't have him for the next 3. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and even then, because it's like, let's say they win Game 7, he's still hurt again, and now you have to go another series with that.
Yeah, that's tough.
Is it nice? Is it good to say, all right, we see what we can do. Let's just rest our player right now, and let's chill out. It is, but it is, like you said, it's a risk. Maybe if you were in the office, you would say, hey, can you play? If you can play.
Yeah, I'm definitely, if I'm the owner, I'm definitely, hey, Trae, come to my office.
Because mainly Trae's game, like, unless he's going to just result to 3s again, he can drive in every now and then, but he got to be careful.
You got to be careful.
Yeah, them Bucks boys, when they step up, they step up. You're going to hit on somebody. There's somebody there. They're like all 6'8". So.
No, seriously.
Yeah, he's going to have to do a lot. And I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's tough.
I think the report that I just saw, they said he was going to still sit out for Game 6.
Are you serious? Oh,
I think.
It might be.
Let me see.
Man.
Yeah, because it's a, I don't know. It's a.
Yeah, if it's something, it might be a little bit more serious than what I seen and what I expected.
Oh, they still say it's just questionable.
Questionable.
As of yesterday.
Okay.
So. I don't know.
It's a tough one, but go back there.
I don't know. So, all in all, what do you think? Play Trae? Sit Trae? Play Trae, sit Trae.
I will play Trae.
You'll play Trae?
I will restrict his minutes.
To what?
25. And I will play him in spurts of when we need that quick push. So I would probably, it's 4 quarters, I would probably play him 5 minutes a quarter, give him, granted, 4th quarter, I'll probably give him a little bit more time. But 15 minutes, and then, at 3rd or 4th, you're just sporadic with it. Like, if I need him a little bit more in the 2nd because we be down, or a little bit more in the 3rd, I'm going to give him a little bit more. But I need him to finish that 4th.
Okay.
All right.
I see that. I say sit.
I agree. I agree either way, because it is bigger than
definitely
basketball. Because if you're dealing with your career now, it's your money. So it's all a domino effect. If you can't play, then like Derrick Rose, he just was very fortunate to continue to hop on the team and bounce back. In some fashion.
Yeah.
But most players don't, and that's it. That's their career. They get their money. That's it. Your career was cut due to injury.
And I feel like in most cases, I think about Kawhi and how he sat out, and I wonder, was that a bad move or a good move? Like, should he have played or?
That's a good one.
And I think even then, I think they were equipped to win.
Yeah, they definitely were. Paul George sold a few games with his free throws. I mean, he did good, but it just wasn't. It wasn't enough, and from your star player like that, he can't have certain slip-ups, like missing free throws or, missing an open shot. Like, as much criticism as he takes, you gotta hit those shots. You gotta make the play. You gotta make the right play because you're on that level. We put you up there with him.
Yeah.
With the other greats, and it's like I ain't gonna lie, he's been going down for me, but he's really down now. Like,
yeah, I mean,
he's just a good role. He's a really good role player. He's a good addition.
Who, Paul George?
Yeah,
that's hilarious to think that he's a good role player,
bro. He's.
I mean, he is.
I mean, he scored 40. There's no disrespect. He scored 41 the other night, but it's like, dog, he's so inconsistent. It don't make no sense. And it's like, you're a role player, man. You a role player. Like, I'm sorry.
So he got drafted in 2010.
Yeah, he averaged, I think, 30 points a game this series. But when you got guys like Patrick Beverly pushing Chris Paul in the back, but that's another story. You got Patrick Beverly, you don't really, it's no real firepower.
No.
For real.
They literally just got the attitude. And that makes you feel like there's a firepower. Right. But no.
And if you watch Reggie Jackson, because I know people say, well, they got Reggie Jackson. If you see in his interview after the game, him crying, he's just happy to still be in the NBA.
Yeah.
So it's like he can play, but he's not a loose cannon. He's playing safe. He's I'm going to take this shot. I'm going to be real careful because I want to sign. I want to stay in the NBA. I want to show him what I can do. I'm not going to do too much or not too little. So you can't count him. Luke, he's a shooter. Like they don't really have that player, so Paul George was forced. That's why I think he crumbled in certain moments because he knew the spotlight was on him.
Yeah.
And it's like, I take it back. He's not a role player. But because now I think, just upset with, when you get that moment and that opportunity, you got to take it. You got to embrace it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Paul George. I like him.
I like his game. He's just.
It is. It's just inconsistent.
Makes me upset watching him play sometimes. I'm like, dude, like, you're the guy.
Yeah.
Like,
and I get it because I think, and I told my brother this. I was like, Paul George and Kawhi, you put their backs against the wall, they start showing out. But if they are meant to just be great already, they don't give it to you. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's just
a mental thing.
Yeah, is it really a mental thing or is it just ironic or not ironic? It just so happens. Like, well, it just seemed to happen that way. But when it looked like it was finna get knocked out, all of a sudden they just turn up. Yeah. And Paul George is like back in his Pacers days. He's like, we're not gonna knock us out that easy. Right. And I don't know. I even I do that sometimes when I'm playing a game, even though I'm thinking just, I'm just playing in the gym or whatever. Right. But when you start talking crap to me, all of a sudden I'm making these shots.
It's just one of them things, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. It is. It's a lot. But so I guess the next one would be, is the Suns going to win it?
For sure. I don't care who they playing. They playing the Bucks, they're going to beat them in 5. They playing the Hawks, they're going to beat them in 4.
Ooh.
Chris Paul is on a mission. Devin Booker is playing out of his mind with a broken nose. DeAndre Ayton has become into his position. He's dominating. You got the role players on their team that's just playing lights out. And a lot of them dudes is young. So I'm like, dog, the Suns might be here again soon, if not next year. Yeah,
I didn't really even think about it, but they do have a potential to be a Golden State.
Yeah.
Like, because they don't have that 3 element to them where that's the highlight of their team, it's hard to see that. But when you, like, even when you just saying that now, made me think like, oh yeah, they're young. Yeah, they kind of go getters. You got a person like Chris Paul who's your veteran,
and he's teaching them.
Yeah, and they learning, and I think this is how the Timberwolves could have been as well in this same position if they just had somebody like a Chris Paul or somebody to lead them to this team, because they had it about a couple of years ago.
Right.
To me, I felt like they had it. They had the team. They had the young presence, but they didn't have the playoff experience, and that was the issue. But I think commercial break. Okay, I think that even the Suns did this well during the bubble. They kind of shown that they're ready.
Yeah, and I think a lot of reporters did go to that.
Yes, as everybody's go getter. They went undefeated in the bubble or something like that. Yeah. So
that's just like a, the momentum shifted over to this season or whatever. So
Right.
I was like,
And granted, you probably could have easily said less games. Obviously, they probably showed themselves. Nuggets
right.
seem like the same team that would have that. If they had that advantage of less games, they would win too.
Right.
Even though I feel like, watch out for the Nuggets still. Don't cut the Nuggets short. They still got the team. Freaking Joker is like ridiculous.
The MVP.
Yeah.
And just to see how the Suns swept them, that's what let me know, like,
Yeah.
they serious.
Yeah, they're just they'll still be there. Don't count them out yet. But I definitely want to see Chris Paul win one. I want to be able to see that happen. I mean, I want to see Melo win one before, but that's not the point.
Right.
It'd be nice to just see him be great.
I don't think Melo gonna get one. I know. Unless he go to
just go to the Lakers.
Yeah, go to the Lakers. I mean, that's
Melo, just go to the Lakers, man.
Because I know the Lakers gonna make some improvements.
I don't even think that him being on the Lakers would change so much that it would guarantee the win.
Right.
But he would be a great supporter.
Right. I mean, Melo going to the Lakers, I mean, he'd definitely take like a Kyle Kuzma out of there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like Kyle Kuzma needs to go for sure. And replacing him with somebody like Melo would be perfect because you still get that shooter.
Right.
Then you get the LeBrons out of the game.
Right.
Now you could play off Melo and AD.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of the Kuzma thing, I don't think we talked about it, and if we didn't, I should have said This is not speaking from hindsight, but it just works. I think they should have kept Jordan Clarkson over Kuzma.
Oh, I've been saying that
because I like Jordan Clarkson's game. I felt like he was more of what they were looking for than Kuzma. But I didn't think that Kuzma wouldn't have fit the role either.
Because I think Kuzma first year in the league, he stood out.
Yeah.
He did a good job, but to me it was still like something off about his game.
Yes.
And then he never.
Yeah, and it was the same thing about
grew into it.
And I think all of those players like Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball, I think all of them had that same element of like.
They did, and they all left and became into their shell. So.
Yeah,
D'Angelo Russell, all-star player. Brandon Ingram, all-star player.
Yeah.
Julius Randle, most improved.
Right.
Jordan Clarkson, 6th man of the year.
Right.
And you got Kuzma.
Yeah.
Trash. Get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? So trash.
But I mean, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I mean,
and it's like, wow, all those players were on the same team.
Yeah. But I do think though, Brandon Ingram and all them, where they're at, probably was better for them to go there because they don't think they would fit on a LeBron scheme.
Not at all.
Because it felt like
a lot of players don't fit on LeBron's scheme,
which is weird to me.
People think because he still keeps his stats.
Yeah,
that's why I said stats is so misguiding. It's misleading because you can get them, but are these players really getting better?
Yeah. And I don't think they were getting better on the like, and that's weird to say, weird. But I don't know why. Because LeBron, not we.
Think about it.
I'll take myself out of that one.
Yeah, I'm not a LeBron fan. LeBron's great. But.
I'm saying like as far as like people always saying LeBron needs to step up and do whatever. Where a lot of times he wants to do the role of like being a pure point guard situation, or he's trying to work with his team. But I think maybe the it's not intimidation, but the mindset? I don't know what it is, but it's about like when you playing on a team with LeBron, you kind of play different.
Yeah,
I would think.
You do.
Because I think I would play scary.
Right.
And he'll be like, hey, shoot that. And I'm like, well, I don't want to miss it.
Right. Because when you look at his pattern, though, he went to Miami.
Yeah.
He had problems with Mario Chalmers. But outside of that, after them, he stayed 4 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those 4 years, he only got 2 rings. Not only, but he got 2 rings, and then he was like, it just didn't work. Like, who got better? Nobody really got better. Y'all trading, y'all get Ray Allen, y'all get all these pieces, and it's still like, that's not it. You're gonna win. He's good. You go to Cleveland, you bring Kyrie, Kevin Love, all these guys.
Yeah.
Kevin Love, I seen him working out, and I'm like, I thought he was a grandpa. Like, I'm surprised he was still in the NBA. I'm like, dang.
But how do you expect anyone to grow off of win now mentality.
And that's what I was getting to. It's always he went to Miami for 4 years, but their mindset isn't longevity. It's how can we win this season? And it's not win as most teams, most organizations would be like, our win would be let's get 40 wins this year, or let's make it to the first round.
Yeah.
His is we got to win a championship. So you're trying to scramble up all you can get. You don't care about getting these players better because that happens over time.
Right. And I get that because the expectations of a LeBron James is win.
Right.
If you don't win, then why are you here?
Why are you here?
Yeah.
Leave. Like,
and that makes sense.
I need to trade him.
But in that, also, he doesn't have the time to like sit on a young Lakers team and let them develop. Because it was the same thing with like with Kobe, where he couldn't be on a young team because
at that age in his career, it was like, we got to win now.
Right.
Because LeBron did play with Lonzo Ball, which is played his lights out this year. He's a 3-point shooter now. Shout out Keas, the trainer. That's the one. I'm gonna give him a shout out. That's big, bro. I seen him work with Lonzo this summer, and some of the clips he put on Instagram story or Instagram post, and I'm like, dog, Lonzo shooting threes, and I'm like, that's what's up. But Lonzo did really good this year shooting from the 3-point line, and I'm like, yo, that's the part that I was saying. Like, Lonzo get that playing with LeBron, like that changes, but because they couldn't win right then and there. Lonzo, you gotta go. We gotta move you. Yeah. And I get the business part. When you're hot. You gotta get something for it. When you feel like we don't want you no more. Right. Just like Ben Simmons. That's another story.
Yeah.
Sorry for him.
And I guess all that is to say to give the viewers the reason why this all is the same bubble.
There go the camera.
Having CP3 on that kind of team.
Right.
I don't really even think that their mentality was to win this year, but yet it just worked. And I think it's probably the best fit, even though I didn't understand it, because I'm thinking Devin Booker and Chris Paul, because I kind of feel Devin Booker is a 2, but feels like a 1 to me. So I guess it seemed a little conflicting, but it does leave Booker a little bit more space on the floor because, you got Chris Paul kind of gyrating on the court a little bit in mid-range on you. But just that veteran presence can show you, and I think everybody's going to walk away from the Suns way more developed than
a lot more confidence.
Yeah.
Well, way more developed. You see the backup point guard Payne. He went crazy. I mean, and like Kenny Smith said, how you allow a backup point guard for Chris Paul to play and score that many points and affect a game with no turnovers. But that just shows the work ethic and the leadership that Chris Paul has to, pour on. And he's studying.
Right.
Any good basketball player knows you're going to keep learning from a veteran like Chris Paul. So that's the part of they not thinking about winning right now is I'm going to build y'all up. So even when I leave, y'all still going to be good.
Yeah.
The Suns are still going to be good when Chris Paul leaves.
Definitely. And I think that's good for them. And I mean, just to say this, just because there's somebody out there thinking that I'm diminishing LeBron in some way, but it's just that's just how it is. It seems like you're not able to develop with a LeBron team or whatever that means.
Right.
Because I know it ain't really probably anything. It's just it seems like when LeBron's on the team, it's hard for new players to really develop.
Right.
And like I think even with Kyrie, it felt like we watched everybody frozen of wherever they was at. But even then, I guess not really say because I feel like Kevin Love went back a couple years.
Yeah, he declined.
Yeah, but
really bad.
I guess like Kevin Love doesn't really work with LeBron. I don't see how. Because if you're not really a rebounder or another scorer, because it just seemed like Kevin really played that role.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what made it weird. And I think that's why Chris Bosh, he still was just him.
Yeah. Every time you play LeBron, your role has to go down or you just got to plateau on where you are. Like, if you're a shooter, you just got to be a shooter. Like, you can't grow. Like, don't try to create. Don't try to do anything. Play your role.
Right. And not to say that I guess somebody started showing out.
Yeah.
There is some false, I don't know what the word I'm trying to use, false show outs where it's like a Tristan Thompson or Timothy Mozgov. Like, there were some times that he would play and you would think, oh, he's great. He's this. And it's like, yeah, he did pretty good that game.
He did good that game.
Like, who's the dude that went off on the Clippers, number 14.
Oh, Mans.
Yeah. So
like,
he did.
That's once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Not once in a lifetime. I don't mean to disrespect it like that. But yeah, that type of game, I mean, he's playing lights out.
But I'm curious if is that going to stay up? Is he going to be able to keep that going? Like he seems like that's his thing, but is it because it was that time? And are we still going to be talking about that moment where, da-da-da? Like, I don't know. I'm just curious about these moments, and I'm trying to see it now without thinking about it in hindsight. Like, well, somebody be like, "Well, I knew man's gonna beat it, man."
Right.
I'm like,
right.
no, you didn't.
You didn't see that. You didn't read it. He didn't give that off.
No,
he just had a.
He used to average like 14 points a game. Did this? I'm like, yeah, but that still didn't show you.
He just had a good game.
If he was gonna be a leading player, a leading role player, leading superstar. But I don't know. I'm just always interested in that, and I think though. You can develop in a LeBron scheme. It just hasn't been a thing. Because LeBron's going to teach you how to win.
He's going to teach you how to win.
So you can take that with something. And I think also he shows you, don't overthink it or whatever. Because you've if anything, you walk away knowing how the pressure feels.
Right.
And that is some type of development.
Yeah, that is.
That's not something we can see translate, in your game as all the time or any team, but you will walk away knowing how it feels to have the pressure.
Right.
Because even though LeBron can carry the team, he still needs you there. Because without him, you didn't get there.
Exactly.
So, that's there. So it's nice to see CP3 on the team.
Right.
I would have never put him on. I would have never thought that would have been the team he should be on.
I would have never thought.
I didn't have any idea where he should be, but I just didn't think that this would work out the way it did. And I don't know.
How do you feel about them comparing Chris Paul and Devin Booker to that's how it would have looked if they would have made that trade for Kobe Bryant? Do you think
Kobe and the Suns?
No. Like how Chris Paul went to the Suns playing with Devin Booker. How that looks as Chris Paul going to play with the Lakers with Kobe.
Is Dwight Howard still here? Like, is that still the?
That is a factor. No Dwight.
No Dwight.
Who's the? Oh, they still have Powell. They still have Powell. They didn't have Bynum.
Okay.
So there wouldn't be no force in the because a lot of people. I'm glad you said that because DeAndre Ayton plays a big role in that. So,
because I think, no, that's not the point. I'm gonna stay on topic. So I think, I don't know. I think it would have been interesting.
Yeah,
and they would have been contenders. But that's easy to say.
Because when I think about it, that was Kobe. Was that 2007 or 8? When actually Dwight wouldn't even have been there. Now that I think about it,
it would have just been
Wait, when was that trade supposed to happen?
Oh, let's see.
With Chris Paul, because if that was a decline in Kobe anyway, I think it would have been better with Devin Booker. Now, if it was early, then of course Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kobe started even Lou Will said it on his way out. It was just they're trying to win now. Not really progress anything.
2011.
Oh yeah, that's right after.
So it would have been Chris Paul from the Hornets, and the Hornets would have got Lamar Odom, Kevin Martin, Scola, and Dragic.
And the Lakers.
And then Houston would have got Pau Gasol.
Oh, so we were losing Pau.
And
it was gonna be Andrew Bynum still on that roster though.
Maybe. Let's see, 2011. Maybe is that how you're supposed to look at it?
Yeah, but I mean, even then, you got Chris Paul and Kobe, so.
Oh well, is it this year because Steve Nash is here?
That's right, because it was off they won a championship the year before. In 2010, they beat the Celtics in 7.
So yeah, you got Steve Nash, you got Meta, you got Brandon Bass, Lou Will, Ryan Kelly, Roy Hibbert, Anthony
that's
Brown,
what it was.
Nick
Roy
Young.
Hibbert. Yeah, a lot of those guys wouldn't even have. I don't know.
There's a lot of role players here.
Right. That's why I said I don't know.
Oh, wait. Sorry, Google done messed me up. Sorry.
Oh.
They done switched it to 2015.
And I'm not, and I'm a Kobe fan, so I'm not saying Devin Booker is better than Kobe, but they're asking about the team. You're
right. Okay, here we go. Shannon Brown, well, if Pau Gasol would have been gone, Matt Barnes, Steve Blake, Meta still, Devin Ebanks, Derrick Rose, I think maybe still. Is Derrick Rose still here? I thought he was like in OKC at this point. Andrew Bynum, Lamar Odom.
But Lamar would have been gone.
But this is, I think the biggest difference is this would have been more of a veteran team.
Yeah.
Is that really?
That's what I said.
Because I think that team the only time that worked that I remember is the Heat. It was like Gary Payton. It was Alonzo Mourning. It was like.
That's why I said as a team collectively, Chris Paul playing with Devin Booker is powerful, more powerful than if it would have been Chris Paul and Kobe. And I only say that because it's the surrounding players around them. Yeah. So Chris Paul and Kobe would have got off, but I think they would have struggled when they're playing against a tough team, you know, because you don't have an inside presence. You got these role players that are not really up to par. Like Nick Young, love him to death. He had a good career, good game or whatever, but he just,
Yeah.
That wouldn't have fit.
No, I wouldn't have had high hopes for this team.
At all.
But that's, again, I'm the same person that didn't know that Chris Paul would do anything on the Suns. So I guess, but once again, it's hindsight. So
see, the only reason I said I didn't think they were gonna make it to the finals. No, I'm not saying that, but I knew they were gonna be good. I was like, it might take them a few years, and then add a few pieces. They might be doing something because Devin Booker is ridiculous. This dude is young, energetic. He got the footwork. He got the pull-up jump shot. Like he's fantastic, and you add a Chris Paul to that, a well-seasoned veteran. I mean, I just knew they were gonna be good. I didn't even care about anybody else. I'm like, just them two alone, I know they're gonna be good.
Yeah.
But
so I mean, it's definitely an interesting look at it, but I don't know. To answer your question, I wouldn't have thought it would have been that great. Right. But it would have been very interesting to see. Because you even feel like a Steve Nash or Kobe should have been something.
Yeah, that should have been something, but.
Yeah. That's once again just hindsight. I mean, it is an older Steve Nash.
Yeah,
but
his back broke.
Yeah.
First 7 games.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But I'm glad that Chris Paul's here doing his thing. And
took him 16 seasons, 16 years.
And I hope he wins it.
I hope he win this, and I just want him to win.
Yeah. Like, I need him to have this dub.
Isn't he in the same class of Melo, LeBron? No, not the same class. He's just friends with them. My bad.
Well,
I don't think he was in the same class.
Well, no, maybe like 2004 or something.
He came in after
2003.
Well, did he?
No, he got to be later. How about this? How about just look at Chris Paul's?
When did Chris Paul get drafted?
Chris Paul was drafted 2005.
Yeah, it's 2 years. Okay.
So yeah, but they just because the banana boat thing.
Yeah.
It was all just friends. So,
but it's gonna be good to have that talk. Chris Paul got a ring. LeBron got a ring. And that one other guy. He got a gold medal.
So funny the things that he wins. And he won the
he did win the whatchamacallit. What was
the
it?
Social justice thing.
Oh
won that.
You gotta give it to him though.
Melo gets everything.
He gets everything else but a ring. I mean, if he's I'm gonna say that for another episode.
Right. Yeah. It don't diminish his career, but that's just me. I'm biased. So he was a 4th pick in 2005. That's wild. But yeah. Hopefully we can one of these days, well, after all this happens, maybe the next time we do an episode, we'll be saying Chris Paul's a champion.
Yeah. Wait. When does the final start?
Well,
we're waiting on them.
Yeah.
It'll be next week.
If they win tonight, then it probably will start Monday.
Right.
So.
All right. Then if that's the case, I love the Hawks, but I'm ready for the finals to start.
Yeah, I know.
I
don't know. It's going to be very interesting because I don't think the Bucks going to be easy.
No, it's not. Not going to be easy. But once the Suns pick up on how, because the Clip, I can't say it again. Maybe it's because he said he always a Clipper.
Yeah. And he also just played the Clippers.
He also played them. Yeah, that's the Suns.
Yes.
They do a really good job of exposing teams' weaknesses. I've seen that over the past few games when they played the Lakers, Denver. Like, these are not easy teams, and they're like beating them 4-1 Lakers, 4-0 Denver, 4-2 Clippers. So I'm like, okay, they start to pick up and they're quick at it.
Yeah.
So
you say Suns in what?
5.
Suns
If they
in
play the
5.
Bucks. If they play the Hawks, 4. It's a sweep. Goodbye.
Sweep versus the Hawks.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna say for the Bucks, 6. It's gonna feel like
that's about right. Because
Yeah.
I feel like the Bucks and Clippers are on the same level in some way.
and I think the only reason why I say that because it's gonna feel like, oh no, is Chris not gonna be able to finish this?
Right.
And it's just gonna be like
He got all the way there.
48 points, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, 38. Maybe more, maybe 48. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be another 40-40 game for your stars.
That'd be tough. I
Yeah.
would not want to see that happen to Chris
But
Paul.
I would say with the Hawks, I know it feels like I'm playing prices right here, but I'm doing 5 with the Hawks because I feel like they will be able to pull out one. I even think even to go as far as to even give you more of a prediction, it's gonna be 1-1 at the beginning.
Oh, with the Hawks. And that's their whole pattern this whole postseason, so I wouldn't doubt it.
Right, so it'd be 1-1.
That's why I said like with the Hawks, it would be a sweep, but I could see a Hail Mary 1 game squeezing in there. Type.
Right,
I could see that.
and like, yeah, I'll say 1-1 beginning and game 5 they win it all. With the Bucks, I can see them doing a 2-1 Bucks winning, and then they close it out.
Right. Yeah.
But that just feels more like the story of like, wow, it was close, but
It was close.
Chris got it.
So,
but both of us are saying Chris win,
yeah.
no matter what.
Do you think he'll retire?
After that, I don't know if this contract talks are legit. Then no.
What's his contract?
Well, he's like, I think they said he wanted a contract with the Suns. I think he was talking about a max deal. I don't want to say 100 mil because I think that was the whole Reggie Jackson thing.
Yikes.
And then, but it was something, a pretty good chunk. But I also saw one that was like, the organization is scared to lose him to the Knicks. And I'm like, why the Knicks?
He go to the Knicks.
I mean, granted, just based on what I've seen with the Suns,
He's going to be good.
For some reason, I get to see Julius Randle showing y'all again. He ain't nothing to play with just because he has his little
He goes to
flops.
the Knicks. Melo need to go back.
Ew.
Because Dame about to be out. That's why I said I don't want to talk about it because I'll be sitting here all day.
This is why I always say Melo is, I feel like, just speculations. It ain't gonna be, it's not tough. It's not hard to speculate. He's gonna retire on one of those teams. On the Nuggets, or he's gonna retire on the Knicks. So I don't feel like I don't feel like he's gonna retire right now, but and I could be wrong. But I just feel like that's when I know, oh no, we're getting close to retirement.
Close to retirement. Right now he's still chasing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, granted, him being on the Nuggets would be kind of cool. He got that veteran presence. Working with that young team. Just don't change the scheme. Let him come off the bench. Put some points up. Average about 18 points a game.
Right.
Something like that.
Because he can do it.
Let him do it. And, Joker gonna do his thing. Let him be 15 there.
I agree.
So that'd be nice. But I don't know. With the Knicks, I feel like you're just asking to retire from your home city. That's it. But that's just I like to say
Chris
things
Paul
like
goes
this.
there. I don't know. He's on the East. Too.
I wouldn't see why though. Wouldn't see why he would go to the Knicks.
I don't see why. Yeah, nah.
Like I would even just see if he wins this year, just retire on the Suns, or you can go back to the Hornets.
I don't see him doing that.
Helping out Lonzo. LaMelo.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad.
That seems like such a veteran way to go out, but
you might just stay with D.
ain't Team Jordan, so that works out too.
Yeah, true.
So I don't know. Be kind of cool because I think they'll like a storybook ending. Like even like LeBron, I feel like he might go back. No, he'll stay on the Lakers.
Yeah, he's gonna stay.
He's gonna stay on the Lakers.
His ending is movies.
Yeah.
This.
But with D Wade, he went back to the Heat and retired.
Right.
He did his little tour. How I look in a Chicago Bulls jersey? How I look in a Cleveland jersey? Okay.
I forgot he did that crap.
How would I look on these teams? All right, it's time to go, y'all.
Time to go. I'm back in Miami.
Back in Miami. Still didn't get paid, man. That man has been cheated out of career. That's so funny. That's like getting a deal
And just staying in the same amount.
Yep.
No matter how your career go, same amount.
Mm-hmm. I guess I don't know what to tell you. That's all we got for you. Right.
Unbelievable.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's a
good podcast today.
It is a good one, and
it's a good one.
It's all about the finals. Hopefully, it's gonna be a good one. I hope it's gonna be entertaining. Either way, I hope it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Even if it's almost a blowout, let it be like a fourth quarter blowout. Like, all right, Suns got this. All right. Oh, yeah, Hawks got this.
Right.
Something. Yeah. Or whatever. But I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of the podcast. If you did, be sure to leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. You can check us out on any other place. I'm pretty sure that's where you're listening to this at, unless you're listening to it on YouTube. You know, go support us on the other places, other platforms. Go follow Coach Keas. Follow Official Combo Guide on Instagram. He's doing interesting things on there. Good little training video tips.
Yep.
And tricks and all those other things. Doing his thing. And you can subscribe to me at the JC Mid Network.
That's what it's powered by. JC Mid.
We're trying to grow. And we're expanding more and more out. Eventually I'm trying to become Disney. Where you're like, what don't I have my hands in?
Right.
So, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. Leave a like on this video if you're watching the video. And we will see y'all next time.
Next time. It's for sure.
It's for sure.
For sure.
Maybe 4 shores and 7 years ago.
That was a good one. It's not gonna be that long, I promise.
Okay.
Yeah. We gonna do this real because I told you off camera.
Yeah, I got it.
It's real deal.
All right.
So let's do it.
All right. Well, bye-bye.